Tintin XL 92.5 FM.
All right, we welcome you in. Today's new drug is a little bit of breaking news. You ready for some breaking news?
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, Inglewood High called me. They want to know if I can pitch the opener against Paxton in light of Phillip Rivers. Okay. They called
That's
me today.
unbelievable.
You know, just so you know. I mean, listen, I got a little left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put your suit on.
JJ, I can put.
We need you.
I can pitch my way into the third. Okay. I can probably get it up there 45-50 now still, okay?
Yeah.
Probably have to throw a few more breaking pitches.
Now, did you realize how long Rivers had been out?
Yeah, I did
Like,
not.
it was like
20.
COVID year. I thought it was like maybe a season or two ago.
The only reason I knew that is because he's up for the Hall of Fame,
Right.
And so
That's right.
I knew it had to be 5 years.
Yeah.
And
But
it's
but I'm like you. I would not have realized it was that long, and so
I'm like, is there no other
and
options?
just
out
so
there?
we're clear,
yeah.
he wasn't exactly like elite walking out the door
No,
5
for the
years
Colts,
ago.
he
He was pretty much done.
Well, he even in his heyday when he was really good. He wasn't a strong arm guy. He had that kind of funky throwing motion, and so. But your point's right. He was when it was time to walk away. When he walked away, it was time to walk away. And here he comes. And by the way, he's going to play. I mean, Riley Leonard's got the knee. They're not playing the other guy. You know, so he's Brent Rippon, Mark Rippon, Hayes Rippon, who they're not playing him. You know, so. I'm telling you,
I think he's gonna
play.
I think he's gonna be their starter.
I do too.
This
Seattle.
This Sunday?
I think so.
I'll bet you he plays. If I now listen.
I'm calling my wife right now. Take everything out of our bank account. We're putting
Put
it
it
in
on
the game.
the Seahawks.
Yeah. Now I will tell you if he's. I mean, if Leonard's healthy, he'll be the starting quarterback. But he's got a knee. I'm just telling you. I'll bet you he plays some this year. I'll bet you he plays some. So
I think he's starting Sunday.
yeah, I would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. So Phillip Rivers back in the fold. And by the way, in fairness to the Colts, it's not like I can rip them. Who was it? Taylor Heineke was out there. That'll change your life.
How about the guy that's been playing for the Vikings before J.J. McCarthy came back? Have you
that?
ever heard of that guy?
Bosner? I had
Bosner?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think
I
see
watch
him in a game
12
again.
hours of college football every single
Right,
Saturday.
right. And I've
never heard of some of these
Yeah,
guys.
I would not have played Bosner, mainly because until you just said his name, I'd never heard of him. Sam Ellinger's out there who played for the Colts. He was terrible, you know. So he's out there.
Look, you're right.
There's nothing they could
from an
do.
organization standpoint, I mean, their hands are tied. I mean, to not have Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson, I mean, that is a tenuous spot to be in. And if Riley Leonard isn't able to play, but I think even if he can play, I think it's going to be Phillip Rivers.
Well,
to me, you don't do this if you're Phillip Rivers to sit on the practice squad for 4 weeks and make your $6,000 a year. I mean,
And
Phillip
delay
Rivers.
your Hall of
How much has
Fame.
Phillip Rivers made in his career? It's got to be like $60 million lifetime.
Yeah.
I mean, and I may be really underselling it.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're talking about somebody that doesn't need the money, is postponing. I don't know that Phillip Rivers is a first ballot Hall of Famer. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee he would not have gotten in his.
Right.
But I do think he's 3 or 4 year guy that would get in. Then now you're resetting that 5 years. So he wouldn't do all this unless he's been guaranteed that he's the guy. In my opinion.
You've drastically undervalued him.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
he might have made $60 million in close to 1 year.
Yeah,
towards the end.
$245 million.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to go back to former players. I don't know if you know. Again, there's more breaking news. I don't know if you know this or not, but I've just seen that they called Peyton Manning, but he had 78 commercials to do. They called Andrew Luck. He's 112 pounds.
Right.
And Johnny Unitas is dead.
Yeah.
So those were the three they had. They that's who they kind of had targeted.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's three.
And
pretty
John
good-
Harbaugh's coaching.
Yeah.
Right.
Jim Harbaugh's
Jim
coaching.
Harbaugh,
Right.
excuse me.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
It's look, I mean, we'll see what a story it would be if the Colts were able to survive this with Phillip Rivers at quarterback.
by the way-
But I don't know what the single game NFL record for carries is in a game, but I gotta think Jonathan Taylor is going to have a chance to break that record Sunday in Seattle,
Yeah,
because if the game plan is not hand him the ball 55 times, then
yeah.
I don't know what Shane Steichen would be thinking.
Buddy of mine just sent me a text. He's true. He's right. Phillip Rivers is like a grandfather. He's like legitimately
He
a
is.
grandfather. Grandpa. I mean, you got to have a party when Grandpa runs the naked boot. You got to have a party to watch, don't you?
I mean,
Grandpa, hey, what's going on out there? Grandpa's rolling out. I mean,
listen, if you're gonna get Phillip Rivers, why not call Brady?
Yeah.
I mean, Brady's been out of the game for much less time, right? And when he retired, he was at the peak, not the peak, but he was still. He was still
30
good. Touchdowns a year.
You don't think they're going to have some party, a big dinner?
Who's your quarterback? The owner of the Raiders.
Oh, yeah, I did forget about that.
You don't think they're going to have you think they have a party in Fairhope, Alabama? What are you guys watching? Well, Grandpa just ran a quarterback draw.
Yeah. I mean, it will be amazing to see, and it looks like that's where it's headed. I think we can safely say the Colts are not going to be a factor in Week 18 of this play.
I think it's great. By the way, it's a shame that they're in our division, and because I think it's a fun story. I mean, limp out there, and he'd limp out there and throw that sidearm 3/4.
In any other scenario, you would be cheering for him.
Correct. You really would. All right, lots of things to talk
Those
about.
Achilles tendons, man. I give it a 1.25 before one of those things.
Don't do that.
I mean,
don't do that to
44
Grandpa.
years old, running around in cold, rainy Seattle, probably with those guys chasing you and those Achilles tendons just begging for mercy.
Grandpa's trying to play. He's trying to support the family, and Hayes has him blowing an Achilles in the first half.
In a wheelchair for Christmas.
In the first half. So, all right, we'll talk about that. We will talk about
it. It is motorized.
We will certainly talk about the Jags and the Jets, which is a interesting game, by the way. Don't be asleep at the wheel. You made a point yesterday. They've won of late, so we'll certainly talk Jags, Jets, and the importance of the game. Hope people go to the game. Be a great day to go. You only have 2 more chances to see this kind of a historic Jaguars team. So
beautiful weather too. It looks like
going to be a great day.
It's like cold all week except Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. So buy your tickets and go to the game. I hope you will. We'll certainly talk about that. We'll talk a little bit more about the Phillip Rivers thing. Boy, the NFL. Does it seem like every time you turn around, there's an overtime game?
Yes.
There's been 12.
I didn't know it was that many, but it does feel like, particularly a lot lately.
There's been 12 overtime games.
Maybe I feel like they come down to the very end now.
Yeah, and maybe it's because a lot of them have occurred in prime time.
Yeah, I guess.
But
and the Jags have played in 2 of them, so it resonates with us.
That's true. Jags had 2 and a lot of prime time ones.
But there's 12. I mean, it's 12 of them. 12. I mean, there's been 12 games, so we'll certainly talk about that.
And I wanted that game last night to be over very fast.
It was brutal.
It was terrible.
I think we all collectively lost IQ points.
Yeah, that was
watching the Eagles.
Have you ever seen a guy fumble and throw an interception in the same play?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really bad
ugly game.
Yeah, so certainly. All right, so we'll get to that. I got a thought about the college football playoff, maybe how we can fix it a little bit. We'll certainly talk about that. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp got sold. Did you see that story?
I did see that.
The Jumbo Shrimp are sold today. Kim Babby sold the team, so that was.
I guess it made it sound like in the press release that because of his involvement with the Rays.
He's the CEO of the Rays now,
right?
So I would imagine that's probably in play. I don't know that.
Yeah.
But I don't know much about the prospective, whatever the team is, the Prospector Baseball Group. I don't know much about them, but I want to learn more. I'm trying to figure out where they're based. I couldn't find that out. Now they bought the Akron team that Ken owns also, and they already bought a team last year, so they got 3 minor league teams. But I was trying to learn more about them, so certainly we will. But that's an interesting story. As you know, the Bragan family, my buddy Pedro Bragan, the Bragan family owned that team forever,
right?
And it was a big story when they sold it to Ken Babby, years ago. And no one's more local than Pedro is. Pedro still lives here. I'll see Pedro Friday nights, as a matter of fact. So, and you will too. And so, But now another group comes along that I don't know. I trust that that Ken wouldn't have sold it to a group that won't do a good job. I trust Ken and I trust that. But I'll be interested to learn more. I think big story. I think
it is absolutely
certainly a big story around here. So we got a lot of things we'll get to. We'll talk college football. We'll talk Jags and Jets. Got a lot of stuff to do today on the program. But after our quick time out, I will say hello to our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. That's how we'll kick off the program. It's 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Some people just can't get enough football.
Could we cut to the chase?
It's the Terminix Kickoff Show, live from Tailgaters Parking, 5 hours before kickoff. Presented by Campione Law and American Electrical Contracting on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Chevrolet is proud to be an 8-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year recipient. The only dealership in Northeast Florida to ever win this prestigious award. Earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. Visit nimnickchevy.com to learn more. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. I've been buying my vehicles there since 1982 because they care about their customers and are invested in our local community. including supporting walk-off charities and all we're trying to do to give underprivileged kids a chance to play baseball. Treating you right, giving the most back to the community, more choices and better prices for you. So who has put the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. Visit the showroom off Cassett Avenue or shop 24/7 at nimnickchevy.com. Remember again, who does it best? Nobody but Nimnick. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
This is Hayes Carlion for Harrell and Harrell. I was at lunch with my good friend Holt, and he was telling me that sometimes a lawyer can get more from a case than their own client. I was surprised to hear this, but Holt said that doesn't happen with Harrell and Harrell. They'll never take a fee that is greater than their own client. When they say they treat their clients as a person and not a file, they mean it. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you're ever injured, call Harrell and Harrell at 904-251-1111. That's 904-251-1111.
It doesn't matter what the records are. It's always one of the most important games of the year.
Football's greatest classic, the Army-Navy game.
Listen for Army-Navy moments.
Brought to you by Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters on 1010XL.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
You see that new welcome offer? Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. I think we got to jump on this.
What's John Daly think?
I think you got to grip it and rip it.
Grip it?
And rip it.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow, mirrors cut exactly to your style, fogged or broken glass replaced, decorative tabletops, windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
You like winning? This is former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus, and I'm excited to introduce you to J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Greater Jacksonville. If you're a property manager, contractor, builder, realtor, or homeowner, get that feeling of success with less stress. I've used them. My friends have used them. So get your free junk removal and hauling estimate today. Now, I call that a win. Veteran-owned and operated J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256. We haul it all.
Joe C. for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractor, lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. A family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingjax.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Hey, let's go!
And now, this week's Scholar Athlete of the Week. Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 on 1010XL.
All right, we welcome you back. It is time for our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. It is Reagan Slaveski. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Reagan Slaveski from Fletcher High. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Reagan is a varsity basketball player, girls basketball player, and of course a very, very good student. So tell me all about basketball. When did you start playing, and why is it a big deal for you?
I've been playing basketball since I was 5 years old, and my grandfather was a 6'6" center at St. Joe's College, and he used to tell me stories about when he played Wilt Chamberlain. So he always kind of inspired me to play. I remember him being at my games when I was super young, and I've loved the sport ever since.
Very cool.
Reagan, do you have a favorite game you can tell us about?
My favorite game has got to be versus Impact my sophomore year. It was on my 16th birthday. I had just got my license. It was our first year with a new head coach, and it was a home game. We blew them out, and it was just such a surreal experience.
Got the license, drove to the game, and won the game.
That's pretty awesome.
That really is awesome. So talk about some of the other stuff you're involved in school. You were telling us off the air about Interact a little bit.
So Interact is our Rotary Club at Fletcher High School, and its main motto is service above self. I've been involved since 6th grade at the middle school Interact, and it translated over to high school. And one of my favorite events where I got to combine both Interact and basketball was when we did a teachers versus students in school basketball game to raise money to sponsor a Canines for Warriors service dog.
Why is that important to you?
My uncle was a veteran who served in Iraq, and he recently just had a tumor removed from some of the burn pits. So when we started working with canines through Interact, I knew I wanted to help. And the basketball game combined my love of basketball and service, and we got to help a veteran in need.
Reagan, your resume is incredibly impressive. Great score on the ACT, great GPA. What are your college plans? Who are you looking at right now?
So I want to go pre-med or neuroscience track, and some of my top options are UF, Auburn, and South Carolina. I'm a very big schoolgirl, so I would love to be at a big school, big football programs, a lot of sports, and so any of those schools I'd be very happy at.
So yeah, when are you going to decide?
I hear back from my last school in January, so I'm hoping sometime after then I'll have an official decision.
Well, that's exciting.
Yes.
And you've already been accepted by a handful of schools, right?
Yes.
Which ones do you already know you've been accepted to?
So right now I've been accepted to Auburn, Ole Miss, UCF, FAU, and Arizona State.
Okay. Wow. So
awesome.
You've applied all over.
Yes.
Which is very cool. What do you want to do after college? What's the plan?
So hopefully with my pre-med degree, I want to go to med school and then become a neuropathologist.
But why?
So my grandfather suffered from a severe case of neuropathy, where he basically couldn't walk the last 10 years of his life. So if I went into pathology, specifically neuropathology, I'd love to research the disease and hopefully find a cure for it.
That's amazing. How have you been able to manage your time with athletics and such a rigorous academic schedule?
Sometimes I find it difficult, but my mom is a very type A person, and she's always just been there for me, helping me try to keep on track. And having an older sister who also did sports and wasn't, a insanely academic person, I've learned from both of them skills and strategies to make sure I can stay on top of my work.
Well, I think that success is going to continue. We can tell that already. Reagan Slavetsky is our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. She's from Fletcher High School, outstanding student and a terrific basketball player as well. Reagan, nice to meet you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, Reagan Slavetsky. She is our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. She is from Fletcher High School, a terrific basketball player, and obviously a very, very good student as well. Cool story, too, by the way. He said, I got my driver's license.
That's fantastic.
Woke up, went and got the license, drove to school, and put a whipping on the opponent. That's you know what that is?
That's a good day.
Pretty good day. That's a pretty doggone good day. So it's nice to meet Reagan, and we appreciate Reagan stopping by and coming by to say hello. Let's talk some Jaguar football for a second before we get to some other stuff. I think one of the best things about what Liam Cohen does is he gets their attention. He understands the psychology of the human mind about as well as any coach we've been around, and we've only seen him for 13 games, but it's pretty clear that understanding how to motivate and how to make them think and how to think along with them is a strength of his, Hayes. I don't think there's any question about that. But this is a game. You're human. If you were going to be asleep at the wheel, it would be this game. That means fans need to go to the game. You need to get as excited on Friday and Saturday about the game as you were last week.
Yeah, they'll get juice from you.
Yeah, they will get juice from you. That's exactly right. So don't say, well, I'm not going. You need to go to the game. I mean, listen, we haven't had a lot of teams trying to get to 10-4 in our 31 years. Just haven't. There's been a handful of teams. I don't even know the number, but a handful. The amount of teams that were 9-4 trying to get to 10-4, 5 or 6 maybe. Can't be more than that.
Yeah.
Can't be more than that. So this is historic. You only have 2 more home games. It's going to be beautiful weather.
You get to boo a New York team, which we love to do
You
here.
know, you're not working hard at the job. It's December. Nobody grinds in December. So I mean, I hope people can get out to see the ball game, and will get out to see, because I think it's a really, really critical game. But it is a game. You made the point yesterday. This is look at this as a 3-3 team. Not, this is a team that struggled out of the gate. But it's a 3-3 football team, not a 3-10 football team right now. And yeah, we don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. If they've got to play the rookie Brady Cook, they won't be as good a team. But Tyrod Taylor, because he's been around so long, we've seen backup quarterbacks, and he's the next in line of a backup quarterback that knows how to play. Someone asked me one time, why do the backup quarterbacks play well against the Jags? Well, the reality is, if you went and looked, backup quarterbacks are probably pretty efficient against most teams. That doesn't mean they're going to win the game or they'd be the starting quarterback. But backup quarterbacks that have been around the league a long time know how to play. They've been around the league a long time. Most of them have been on about, how many teams has Tyrod Taylor been on?
13.
Yeah, they've been on a lot of teams. So this is a game. Pay attention. I think that's the message you had yesterday, and I will echo it. Can't be this. It's too important now. You're about to get to 10-4. I think the Jags are going to win. I think the Jags are good in this setting. But from a fan standpoint, from everybody's standpoint, you better pay attention.
Well, and again, if you're Liam Cohen, and this is going to hit home with Liam because he just came from Tampa Bay as offensive coordinator, look at what happened to the Buccaneers on Sunday. They lost at home to the New Orleans Saints, who had only won 2 games all year, and the Bucs lost that game because they were terrible.
Right.
Baker Mayfield didn't complete 50% of his passes. Which you never see from somebody of Mayfield's cerebral quality and accuracy quality. So they just didn't play well. They didn't show up, and they got beat. And that's a divisional game. Those are usually a little trickier than an opponent like this, who you don't see twice a year in the Jets. But that needs to be the message from Liam Cohen is don't allow what happened to Tampa Bay, because that loss was potentially devastating for Tampa Bay. They now are tied at 7-6 with Carolina in the NFC South at the top of it. But by losing to a team they had no business losing to, they've lost their game advantage. So, yeah, I think the message, too, that Liam Cohen should be sharing is, guys, we're almost at the end of this thing. Like, just give me 28 more great days.
Yeah.
That's it. 28 more great days, and we're going to have a special season here. And then we'll see what happens after those 28 days. But that's it. A month from today, the regular season will have been over for several days.
Yeah.
And you hope that your season is still going. So you're close enough now. And he's hinted at, the opportunities are becoming more limited. But that's the other thing I would emphasize. Like, we're 80% of this battle has been fought, and you guys have done a great job. But just let's really take it to another level for 4 more weeks. Give me 28 more days, and then if you can do that, we're going to be in excellent shape. And I believe they will.
And I do sense this too, Hayes. I sense that the team is in a good place in a lot of spots. Number one, health-wise. I don't know who they get back this week, but they didn't lose anybody new. Slowly but surely, when Jordan Lewis comes back, as he has, Eric Murray has now come back. Brenton Strange has come back a few weeks ago. The important players that are
Trayvon's back.
Trayvon is back. I hope Parker Washington's back. I don't know if he will be or not, but that'd be great to have him back. But slowly but surely, now all of a sudden, if you look at the guys they've added, among them, obviously principal among them, Jacoby Myers, and the guys that are starting to emerge, now all of a sudden you add to all that, you get healthy. They're at a good place. This team's at a good place. They should win. I'm not going to say easily because it's the NFL, but this is a game that I think they're headed to 10-4.
So now that we've hyped the Jets a little bit, and we've scared the Jaguars, can I give you a Jet stat that I had to triple check?
Yes.
Because I can't believe this is true. I'm still not sure it's true.
It sounds like you're headed for an ignominious stat, and I love those. Please give it to me.
The Jets have as many interceptions as a team as the Frangie Show has. The Jets have yet to pick off a pass
Is that right?
all season. They don't have an interception. this season.
Thank God they hired a defensive-minded coach.
And a defensive back.
yeah.
Defensive-minded coach. And Aaron Glenn. The New York Jets have not intercepted a pass all season. They have allowed 20 touchdown passes and have not intercepted a pass. Opposing quarterbacks have a 101.1 passer rating against them.
So they haven't had like a defensive lineman tip the ball up in the air. Like there's thousands of ways to get an interception. That is insane.
I've never seen that. Even last year when the Jaguars got like no takeaways, they didn't have that.
Well, here's what I'll tell you. Now, it certainly clears some stuff up for me now. I didn't know that stat until you read it. Well, now I know why they moved on from Sauce Gardner. Didn't need him. Okay. So now it all now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't need him. So interesting stuff. So I did not know that.
Have you ever heard of that in middle of December, and you're still looking for your first interception of the season?
Yeah. Jaguars have a linebacker with 5, by the way, in case you're wondering.
It's amazing.
They got a linebacker with 5.
And the Jets' opponents have attempted 379 passes.
How about
so
that?
they're 0 for 379 intercepting the ball this season.
Yeah. Now you said that they'll have 7 on Sunday.
Well, they're due.
Yeah, but no.
So be wary, Trevor. They are due for that lucky break.
I really didn't. But you're right. Joking aside, you would think somewhere along the line a ball would get tipped. A ball would pop out of a receiver's hands and pop up into something. That is a bizarre stat. That is because it's not just a luck stat. That means they're never in position.
Right.
That means because again, if you're good defensively and you're around the ball and you run to the ball, you're going to get one of the lucky ones. You're going to get a tipped ball. You're going to get a ball that floats that flutters. You're going to get 1 or 2 of those. The fact that they don't even have one of those. That's an interesting stat. Yeah, the Jets aren't very good. We'll see if Aaron Glenn's a good coach or not. We'll find out. He's playing without a quarterback. The Justin Fields experiment was a disaster. He's playing Tyrod Taylor because he didn't have anybody else to play. Then he gets hurt. Brady Cook wasn't even one of the good rookies. So I mean, he just a guy. Had him in an all-star game. He's just a guy. So this is one the Jags should take care of business. The thing I like about it too is, if we're right about who Jacksonville is from an identity standpoint, I think we are. They're a team that is not likely to be asleep at the wheel because that's not kind of how they're wired, And so if that's the case, and I think that it is, I think they will easily take care of business. Look, they have, in 3 of the last 4 games, Trevor Lawrence has not needed to finish the game. I can't emphasize to people that don't watch the league how rare that is in the National Football League. It just never happens. And it damn sure doesn't happen 3 times in a 4-game stretch. I mean, have you thought about how bizarre that is?
It is.
It never happens in the league.
It's remarkable. And just to follow up on the Jets, because I'm sure people are like, well, if they haven't gotten an interception, how many takeaways do they have this season? They have 2.
Wow.
They're minus 15 in turnover margin, which is another number that is, I mean, it's not as crazy as not having an interception in the middle of December.
Wow.
But minus 15 is rare territory, too, in terms of futility, protecting the ball and taking the ball away. They have 2 takeaways, and they have given the ball away 17 times. They are so it's minus 15 versus the Jaguars, who are plus 8, 23 takeaways to only 15 giveaways. So if you're looking for a key storyline, you would expect the Jaguars to win the turnover battle if the first, 13 games of the season gave us any indication.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk some college football, playoff, and more. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Frank Frangie here. These days, it's hard to know which companies to trust. When it comes to banking, I trust South State Bank. South State truly values its customers, and they work hard to create meaningful, lasting relationships. I love going into my local branch. I see the same smiling faces I've seen for years. South State is the largest bank headquartered in Florida, so they're able to offer all the banking services you need. You can trust South State Bank. Banking forward. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Be Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi are on a mission to sell 2,000 vehicles this December. I've instructed my team to take every reasonable offer. We won't lose your business over price. Thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs priced to move. Get year-end savings, top dollar for your trade, and the easiest car buying experience ever. But hurry, these deals end when we hit 2,000 and we ain't leaving nothing on the table. Make it a December to remember only at Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs. So bold, it's named after the home team. Stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, roast beef, provolone, fresh veggies, and the new Duval drizzle sauce. For a limited time at your local Firehouse Subs, there's only one hottest sub in Duval.
Ho, ho, ho! When I need gifts for special people, I go to Tobacco Cove at 3849 Bay Meadows Road. They have everything you need to make Christmas as special as they are. Find the finest in limited cigars, pipes and pipe tobacco, and the accessories that make life easier like humidors, cutters, and lighters. And don't forget Lampe Bergère fragrance lamps. So, take my advice and go to Tobacco Cove, 3849 Bay Meadows Road, and make this Christmas one they'll remember.
San Jose Collision is hiring for an automotive detailer and porter. If you're detail-oriented, dependable, and love working with cars, apply in person at San Jose Collision in Mandarin. Valid driver's license required.
Jacksonville, you voted, and Baker Glass came out on top. The Bold City Best Awards are all about locals choosing their favorites, and you picked them for Best Auto Glass and Best Glass and Mirror Service.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Hey, folks, it's Frank Frangie. Now, I've been telling you about my daughter, Amber, and she's been telling you how much weight she's dropped with Awaken 180. It's hard to believe. Even in football season, even when she hangs out with her friends, and even when she tailgates and does all that stuff, she's still losing weight. You can even drink alcohol. Can you believe that? Well, Awaken 180 shows you how to swap calories, not flavor. You have to be disciplined, but they make it easy. Amber and I talk about this all the time. She can't believe how easy it is, and she's so excited about it. But what I will tell you is it's really working. I see how excited she is. I see the look on her face. I see how her self-esteem has changed and her confidence. It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened with my daughter, and it means that much to me. Now, Awaken 180 programs are reimbursable with your HSA or FSA, and those HSA dollars expire December 31st. Don't leave money on the table. Call Awaken 180 today and kickstart your transformation before the new year. Call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or go to awaken180weightloss.com.
This holiday season, sending a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers is a classy move no matter who it's for. This is Dylan Denmark. Kuhn Flowers is the most respected name in the floral business. Find out why when you go to kuhnflowers.com and order an arrangement today.
Save some money this holiday season and buy pre-owned. That's right, pre-owned. Pre-owned guns, guitars, surfboards, tools, and especially jewelry. Buy big, save bigger at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, Hammer Time with Hayes, driven by Kia on Atlantic. Southside Kia is now Kia on Atlantic. Check us out at KiaOnAtlantic.com.
I fear that today could be a day that lives in infamy in regards to college football and how the sport is constructed. Utah is reportedly entering into a private equity deal that will give the school $500 million up front. The problem with that is that you then have to deal with the private equity firm who is only giving you that $500 million because it is convinced it is going to make a profit off of that investment. And that is probably going to mean aggressive cost cutting, really making it hard on your fans, and ultimately, I believe, will be a catastrophic mistake for Utah and other conferences or teams that elect to go down this road. It sounds great in the immediate. It's like, oh, wow, we get a $500 million cash infusion. Why wouldn't we do this? It goes back to the old adage, if it looks too good to be true, it is. And I have nothing against this equity firm or any equity firm, but in regards to college athletics, it will totally change how it operates. And this is just another example of where the sport is going. But this specifically, I hope Florida never does this. I can't warn against it more. If you want to have the way you do business completely altered, then enter into an agreement like this. It sounds great, but trust me, the long-term consequences of this will be grave for Utah and any other school that elects to do it.
Teams are desperate for money, and that's really the storyline of the thesis statement there. Teams are desperate for money. Well said. Speaking of college football, the college football playoff, the Notre Dame story has become a disaster in large part because they've been really whiny about it. They have been. I'm surprised that they attacked the ACC. They clearly, Pete Bavacqua, the is it Pete? Whatever Bavacqua is the AD, has attacked the ACC because he said the ACC was pushing for ACC teams. Well, bro, you're not in it.
Right.
No matter how many sports you're in the ACC in, you're not in it in football. And I agree with what Jim Phillips said, the ACC commissioner. I got to take care of the teams that are in it. If it was basketball, I'd take care of you too because you're in our league. You're not in our league. So I thought that was weak sauce. I will say this again. What happened was, if we had the old days, the more recent old days, I should say, when Oregon and Washington and UCLA and USC were still in the Pac-12 and Texas and Oklahoma were still in the Big 12, and it felt more normal, the 12-game thing would have worked. You would have had 5 power conferences got an automatic bid. You could have had a group of 5, and then 6 at-large teams would have been the Alabamas and the Notre Dames and the Miamis of the world. We've overthought this thing. So here's what we have to do. Number one, go to the 16. That you have to go to the 16. That can't change. I think that's first and foremost. You got to get to the 16. 12's not enough. I think we all could agree. Secondly, don't have this highest ranked conference teams. Throw that out. The reality is it should be the 4 power conferences and 1 group of 5 team, and that's it. The ACC champ needs to be in. The ACC champ should not be in because James Madison is in. That doesn't work. I know the ACC champ wasn't very good this year. Deal with that. I'd rather have 7-5 Duke than James Madison in. I just would. Maybe James Madison would beat him. That's not the point. So all 4 power conferences that we have left, the SEC, the ACC, the Big 10, and the Big 12 should all be in. Then 1 group of 5 team, 1 team that's from a conference, and whether we have a poll that does it, whatever, that should be the 5th team. The other 11 teams should be at-large teams. Okay, so the first thing you do is get to 16. The second thing, get rid of this highest-ranked crap. Okay, it should be whoever wins those 4 conferences. And you can say the highest-rated team from another conference I can live with. I'm kind of like you. I could live if we didn't have the group of 5 thing. I could live without that. But I don't mind giving that team something to inspire them throughout the course, giving those leagues something to
I just think they should be undefeated.
Yeah, I hear you.
If it's a year where none of them are undefeated, then they should lose out on their spot.
But I can live with that. I can live with that. So 5 teams, the 4 conferences that we know, a group of 5 team, and the 11 automatic. So that's the second. So the first thing is go to 16. The second thing is we have to do that. The third thing is we have to get rid of the midweek polls and midweek shows. That's what's wrong. In fairness to Notre Dame brass, what they're upset about is all year long these polls have told their kids they're in until the last one. Same thing with TCU a few years ago. All year long, well, that's the problem. Don't tell them. Don't tell anybody. Let it go. That's one of the, and I know ESPN pays a bunch of money, and that's part of the things they get is that, screw it. Give them something else. We have to get rid of the midweek ranking. That's the dagger here. If we never had that all year long, people would have said, well, Notre Dame wasn't it? Nobody would have expected to be in. So you have to get rid of that. So that's the third thing you have to do. And the fourth thing, and it might be the most important of all of them, we have to have a system of metrics for quad wins. Basketball has it. It's one of the best things basketball does. That's a quad win. That's a quad 2 win. That's a quad 3. I'm not smart enough to know what the analytics are, but we have to have, because then you can go back and say, Notre Dame had 4 quad 1 wins. Virginia had 0. Miami had 2. Well, that metric works, and it's working in basketball. It's people are paying attention. And basketball doesn't talk about it until the end.
And basketball schedule's tough because they know
because of the quad
committee is looking for those
that's
signature
correct.
wins.
And we have a metric that measures them. That's the thing. The metric measures them. So 4 things. Number 1, go to 16 teams. That's first and foremost. Number 2, get rid of this highest ranked crap. It's the 4 Power 4 teams, and then you can pick one group of 5 team. Okay? It's the ACC, the Big 12, the Big 10, the SEC need to be in. I don't care what the record is. If you win now those championship games matter again because they get you in. So those teams should be in. That should be your 5 teams. The other 11 are large teams. Number 3, get rid of these damn midweek shows and midweek polls and midweek assessment. Let the AP poll and the coaches poll talk about all they want, but get rid of the rest. You have to get rid of the rest. That way you don't deceive somebody an entire season and then drop the bomb on them at the end. And finally, come up with a quad, a metric that measures the quality of your wins, and then everybody will schedule. Now you want to see people scheduling? Well, if you got to, and make quad 1 wins more important than bad losses. A good win should be more important than a bad loss. I'm a big, even in basketball, I believe that. The big win should be more important than the bad loss. Now everybody's going to try and schedule. You want to see some good schedules? Put that system in place. Those are the 4 things you need to do, and I'm telling you that would fix it.
Yeah, I agree on all that. I think particularly the emphasis on wins, and again, and they have they have 4 quads in college basketball because they have 300 something teams. In football you could just do a quad 1, quad 2, and quad 3.
That's right.
And and then at the end, and again, this is where. Again, you look at a school like Ole Miss who scheduled for, and they're not the only one. Indiana was this way. I mean, they're just some schools they're looking to schedule 4 total cream puffs out of league play, and they shouldn't get rewarded.
In my system, that would really cost you.
That would hurt you.
That would really cost you.
Yeah, and so I totally agree with that. My fear is, until they make that change, you're only going to see teams scheduling even softer than they were before, because right now the committee is very clear. It's simply wins and losses, and they are not going to judge your wins or your losses. They are solely going to look at, well, this team only lost 1 game. They should be, well, if they didn't beat anybody, Notre Dame belly aching about not getting in, and this AD making this preposterous statement that they had a 10-game run unlike anything the sport has ever seen.
One of the most historic runs in college football.
I mean, they beat no one.
Really?
I mean,
I watched a lot of college football the last 50 years. Maybe
we've seen teams go undefeated.
Maybe
they beat,
and maybe in my 55 years of watching it, I missed some good runs.
And they beat 2 P5 schools and a bunch of 2 and 10 teams.
If there were quads, what I would imagine they would do is something to the effect of, if you're the home team, then a top 15 win is a quad 1 win. If you're the road team, you beat a team in the top 30, it's a quad 1 win, something like that. But if you looked at Notre Dame's 10-game win streak, it was like they beat USC at home. Like, what was their best road win? It didn't exist.
Right. And the bigger
Pittsburgh.
Right. To agree with all that. But again, get rid of these stupid midweek polls and midweek shows. Then you're not misleading anybody.
Don't you think that would give a lot more power to the AP poll again, though?
It may be, but I don't care.
Yeah,
I hear you. But, I mean, what we have to do is we have to get away. I mean, there's an AP poll in basketball. Nobody even cares.
Or they can just flat out say, look, this is we're still going to do the show, and we're still going to talk to the committee. But with the understanding, all of that, this is more
guessing.
Entertainment.
That's right.
Than it is.
And that's right. And maybe that's the answer. You still have the show. It's just not.
But downplay what the current standings mean. Ultimately, just say, look, we reserve the right to change any of this for the final poll. But this is what it looks like today.
Of all the things that the Notre Dame people said that was whining, the one thing I got was, you have led us to believe all year long we were in.
Which they're right about.
And they are right about. And that's a good point. We'll take a break. Hayes has headlines after this.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Your home for Gators Hoops is 1010XL.
After a 1-point loss to number 4 Duke, it's another top 5 Blue Blood. Florida, UConn. Tonight at 8:30 on 1010 AM.
Hello, all you Jacksonville sports fans. Don here from Taco Lou. If you're in the mood for some great tacos, cold Dos Equis, maybe even a sip of some fine tequila, then the Lou is calling your name. Come out to Jack's Beach and experience what many have dubbed the #1 taco in the 904. There are plenty of great taco joints in town, and we're proud to have been around for this long, and we have only you, the fine people of Jacksonville, to thank for helping us grow and become who we are today. Cheers to you, Jacksonville, and thank you from the Lou crew. Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
Big Chief Tire makes auto care more affordable with 6-month financing through the CFNA credit card. Frank Frangie here. Plus, get $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. Whether you need new tires, brake service, or general repairs, their expert technicians have you covered. With no interest for 6 months, now's the perfect time to take care of your vehicle. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to apply today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
You already know it's your main man, E to the T, here for Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft. And with ball season here, make sure you're on the lookout for my instant reaction before, during, or after the game. All brought to you by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree drafts. Come on, somebody.
This holiday season, Universal Roofing Contracting is making it easy to check roof repairs off your list. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through December 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roofing Contracting, protecting your home and building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
Come to Monahan Jewelers' 48th annual holiday sale now with up to 30% off on GIA certified diamonds and up to 40% off our entire store. Certified diamonds, gemstones, engagement rings, diamond studs, designer brands. We're not a big box store. We're your local family jeweler with an amazing hand-picked inventory for every budget. And with interest-free financing, enjoy beautiful jewelry with a low monthly payment. Support your local family jeweler this Christmas with up to 40% off our entire inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach open 7 days a week in December.
With the holidays right around the corner and it's time to get ready for family and friends, what better way to do it than with Zero Res? Carpets, air ducts, hardwood, LVP, tile and grout, upholstery, rugs, and stone. Zero Res, they can handle it all. Call right now, 287-5727, or visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them you want the 1010XL special and get 20% off all hard surface cleaning, tile and grout, hardwood, and LVP. Spots are filling up fast, so don't wait. Happy holidays from all of us at Zero Res.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, I'm worried.
You? Really? About what?
Well, I like to have a little seasonal potluck. You know, invite some friends and neighbors and guys from the office. But if the food gets spicy and the party gets rocking and that old toilet in the two-piece can't handle the traffic, well, what if my drain backs up right in the middle of everything?
Dude, imagine you're wearing my sunglasses.
Okay. Shoomp. Whoa.
If you're planning to host a holiday party and a blocked household drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, call us and tell us. The drain clearing experts at Bueller Air & Plumbing will unclog your drain for free.
You do that for free?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, but for free?
The holidays can get pretty hectic. If a clogged drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Your home is your sanctuary where memories are made. Jax homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Gather round. It's Hayes' Headlines, presented by Harrell and Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Hear all about it. Here's Hayes Carline.
We certainly appreciate our friends at Harrell and Harrell. Give them a call at 251-1111. They will take great care of you. Frank, let's start with Jaguars Jets. It seems like this Jaguar passing game is starting to find a groove. Jacoby Myers, Brian Thomas Jr., Brenton Strange. Hopefully Parker Washington comes back. Tim Patrick is doing some nice things, and Trevor Lawrence is elevated his play as well. When you look at that Jaguar passing game, it's really starting to round into form.
It really is. Two things. You hit the two things. Number one, they found a receiving core they like. Physical guys that'll catch the football, guys that run crisp routes. But the big thing for me is Trevor Lawrence is really evolving. I think Trevor Lawrence is playing at a really high level. I think he's a really good player. I've defended him when things weren't going as well because I thought this day would start to come, and it has become. I think what we're seeing from Trevor Lawrence is we're going to continue to see. The amount of big boy throws he makes, the amount of runs he makes to move the sticks, and you're right. The passing game looks more like a good team, like the passing game of a good NFL team. It really does. You know he's going to throw it to you. You expect the ball to be caught, and I agree with you.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We thought maybe Jaguars at Broncos would be flexed into Sunday Night Football, but alas, that is not happening. NBC and the NFL have announced the Patriots-Ravens game will be flexed into Sunday Night Football in Week 16. It replaces Cincinnati-Miami.
That surprises me a little because the Jags and I guess the Patriots and the Ravens are two very well-known teams. The Jags and the Broncos probably have a better collectively two teams. So if you're a fan and you're excited about the flex, I'm disappointed for you because I thought it would happen. If you are a broadcaster on the plane, you probably prefer the 4 o'clock. So just saying. Okay, but so I'm okay. So personally, I'm okay with it. But for the fans who wanted to see it at night, you have every right to. I think they should have flexed it to the night.
I think it's better for the Jaguars for it not to be flexed. That's a tough. Well, that's not true. I have attended a game there, but Denver was like a 27.5.
You'd rather play in the daytime.
So I've never seen a big game. This
will be a 2 o'clock kick.
But I would
and I'd prefer
think
that.
You'd probably, from an environment standpoint, if you're the Jaguars,
it's a 2 o'clock kick. Not a 6
probably
o'clock
rather
kick,
that than at night. But nonetheless. Let's get it to around the NFL. The Colts will apparently sign 44-year-old Phillip Rivers to the practice squad. Rivers, who obviously is one of the best of his generation at quarterback, has not played in the NFL since 2020. Fascinating stuff.
Yeah, and I'll say this: it's a great storyline. In fairness to the Colts, no matter how many jokes we make about it, him being a grandfather and the like, I don't know what else they would have. You talk about bad luck. Their 4th overall pick, gone for the year with a freak accident with a exercise band that popped him in the orbital bone, gone for the year. The quarterback that found new life as a member of the Colts, a non-contact injury, blew his Achilles, gone for the year. Their rookie backup, who wasn't terrible when he came in against the Jags, has a knee injury. I mean, God bless them. I mean, that's about as bad a luck as you can have. It really is. I mean, your luck just can't be any worse than it is right now. So I'm not sure what else they could have done. You want to do something because you're still 8-5. You're still in it. You're not in a playoff. You're not in the playoff. You're not confirmed for a playoff spot yet, but you're certainly still in the playoff hunt. So you got to try. I don't know what else they could have done. I really don't.
Yeah, let's get to college basketball. Gators against UConn tonight at 9 o'clock at Madison Square Garden. Florida, a 3.5-point underdog. This is sort of the last big non-conference test for UF, and so far, they don't have a win to show for it.
Yeah, you and I had this conversation, Hayes, in June or July. I told you I feared they overscheduled. I said you didn't agree. Most people didn't. They were excited about the games, but I was fearful. You got a whole new backcourt. You've lost 3 really good players. I was fearful that they had overscheduled a little bit, and I think they have overscheduled a little bit. I believe they've overscheduled a little bit. Let me tell you something about the last time Florida played UConn. They came back and won that game. It was a dramatic game. Can I tell you something about that game?
Sure.
When they beat UConn? Walter Clayton Jr. went for 23. Elijah Martin went for 18. Will Richard went for 15.
Wow.
They're gone.
Yeah.
That was,
and Martin had that huge offensive rebound on the missed free throw.
Correct. So again, Clayton 23, Martin 18, Richard 15. That's how they beat UConn. With all those guys gone, I would have preferred, and again, I'm not saying it now. I told you this in the summer. I would have preferred a little softer schedule till they could get their feet under them a little. I don't think they're going to win tonight. I think they're going to be 5-4 after tonight's game. Now, the good news is they're going to win the next 4 because they're easy games. They'll be 9-4. The league's not as good. I think the Gators will be just fine. I think they're going to win 12, 13 games in the league. I still think they're one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the SEC, and they'll be a 3 or 4 seed, and they'll be just fine when the end of the season comes along. And I think these hard games will make them better, too, by the way. That's the upside of playing this schedule. It does make you better, but it's a tough schedule. I don't think they win tonight.
Let's get to Major League Baseball. Kyle Schwarber back to the Phillies on a 5-year, $150 million deal. The 32-year-old hit 56 home runs and drove in 132 runs last season.
My team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, offered him 4 for 125. So they actually offered a little bit more per year, about 31 per year instead of 30 per year. So I'm glad my team did that.
Yeah.
He should have gone back to the Phillies. That's where he became a megastar. He was a good player with the Cubs, but he became a megastar there. You and I could hit home runs out of that park.
I was about to say the right field there is perfect for him.
Yeah, I mean the
Yankee Stadium might be the other one.
Well, the Reds have a Little League park.
True.
Okay, it's a Little League park. But other than the Reds, other than Cincinnati, that's the most home run friendly park in the big leagues, and he's going to the right place.
The Dodgers have signed Mets closer Edwin Diaz to a 3-year deal worth $69 million.
Yeah, it makes that look. The Dodgers are going to keep buying, and they're going to keep. They're going to.
Poor Mets.
Yeah. And look, I'll give Steve Cohen credit. He tried. I mean, I thought
they had the number 1 payroll in baseball.
He had the highest payroll, and I thought he had a good mix with the payroll. But look, the Dodgers are going to keep on keeping on. Everybody knows that.
We talked about this briefly yesterday, but wanted to get you guys' thoughts. Jeff Kent elected to the Hall of Fame. He was only a 5-time All-Star. Meanwhile, Dale Murphy, 2-time MVP of the National League, still awaiting his call.
Yeah, Murphy hit 30 more home runs than Jeff Kent did. He was a 2-time MVP who played center field and elevated a franchise by himself. What they're doing now is they're going position. Kent has more home runs, more RBI than any other second baseman. But the game changed by the time he came along. Big guys started playing second base. The sport changed, so someone is going to do that. I have no problem with Jeff Kent getting in. He's a .290 career hitter, or right about. But the amount of guys and
great player.
He's a really good player.
Not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. But the really good players, again, we can do this forever, Hayes. We've done it. There's 2 conversations. There's the steroid guys. How do you feel about them? And then there's guys like Dale Murphy who belong in because too many Harold Baines and Jeff Kent get in ahead of them.
Scott Rowland.
Yeah, Scott Rowland. Forget for a second the steroid guys. How Dale Murphy's not in and Harold Baines and Jeff Kent are in boggles my mind. And I follow baseball as close as anybody in the world. It boggles my mind.
I agree. Well said. We'll get you out on our musical note of the day. Today is a special anniversary in rock and roll. The 50-year birthday of the Eagles releasing the album Hotel California this week back in 1976. The band's 5th studio album and the first to feature guitarist Joe Walsh was a massive success. The album sold over 32 million copies worldwide, and the title track, which obviously you're hearing now, won the Grammy for Record of the Year. Hotel California lost out on the Grammy for Album of the Year by another classic, Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. What a year at the Grammys in 1977. Happy 50th to Hotel California.
One of the great anthems of all time in the rock era. One of the great songs, one of the great albums. I have seen the Eagles 13, 14 times. The first time I saw them was the Hotel California tour.
Oh, wow.
In 1980 in the Swamp with 50,000 of my closest friends when Jimmy Buffett opened for them.
Wow.
Buffett,
what a show.
then the Hotel California tour, 50,000 people in the Swamp. What a show it was, 1980. Back in a moment. Stay with us.
I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight to stop for the night.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Offense, defense, special teams.
Offense, defense, and special teams all contribute.
We got ourselves a roster.
After the game, pump up the Superior Plumbing Special Teams Player of the Game.
They got to match eye attention.
On 1010XL.
Hey, it's Frank Frangie. Business owners, listen up. If your plumbing or AC company keeps giving you the runaround, it's time to cut them loose. Call my friends at Duck Duck Rooter. They already partner with some of the biggest commercial operations in Northeast Florida, like the Jaguars and station operations. Their office team makes invoicing a breeze, and their field techs, top-notch pros. Make the switch today. Duck Duck Rooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. Tell them Frank sent you.
I'm Holt Harrell. The holidays are a time we come together as family. These are the moments and memories we cherish. While we miss our loved ones who can't be with us, we enjoy each other's company and look forward to the hope and promises the new year brings. From my family and all of us at Harold and Harold, we wish you and your family the very best for this holiday season. Offices, Jacksonville.
XL Primetime is back weekdays noon to 2, and on Wednesdays, join Dr. George Bari at 1:20 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Make sure you catch Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:20 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
How do you know that your roof is ready for the next big storm? You don't. That's why you need to call me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We'll assess your roof and fix those issues before they become storm disasters. Visit BrandonRoofing.com today to schedule your free roofing quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I just got back from the farm at Okefenokee. Man, it's incredible. Just an hour north of Jacksonville and Folkestone. I was so impressed. It's about connecting with nature, with food, with community. And now you can own your very own handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm. Everything you need is there. You'll hardly need to go grocery shopping. Learn more about all of it at okefarm.com. That's OKEfarm.com, the farm at Okefenokee.
The Golf Club of Southampton has big plans for 2026, renewing the greens plus plenty more. But right now's the time to take advantage of member opportunities before the big renovation. Now until the end of December, you can join and save $1,500 off their initiation fee, plus $500 back in a gift card with a 12-month commitment. All the details are at golfsouthampton.com. Playability for every skill level and a huge practice area to hone your game. Lock in now and enjoy membership privileges at the Golf Club of Southampton.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, why is it that when you look at how long a store has been in business, that it always seems to be the stores like Underwood's that sell fine quality that have been around the longest?
Frank, that's a question that really doesn't get asked a lot, but it should be. There are a number of reasons, but probably the biggest is because of the endorsements our longtime customers and their pieces of jewelry have given us through the years. You see, when you sell really fine quality jewelry, that piece will last longer and always stay beautiful. It might stay in the same family for generations, and through those years of wear, a lot of compliments will be made and a lot of people will be told where the piece of jewelry came from. You see, at a store like Underwood's, it's our stated goal to be the best jeweler in the South, not the biggest, so everything we do and carry has to help move us toward that goal. And ultimately, it's the satisfied customers wearing fine quality jewelry that have kept Underwood's in Jacksonville since 1928.
Underwood's in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. The Orlando Magic went 4-0 in group play of the NBA in-season tournament as the knockout round will begin tonight. The Magic earned the top seed in the Eastern Conference of the tournament and are set to face the Miami Heat at 6 p.m. Franz Wagner will miss tonight's game with a high ankle sprain sustained against the Knicks on Sunday. It's 52 degrees at 5 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Nimnick Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941.
Love this.
They've got to do a movie.
Yeah, you've said all along the Fleetwood Mac movie would be one of the most well-watched music movies of all time.
I mean, I'd love for them to like perform at the Sphere, but I don't think we're ever getting that.
No.
But we could get a Fleetwood Mac movie.
Well, remember now, we don't have Christine McVie anymore anyway.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I agree. I'd love to see the movie. I'm feeling Christmassy. Are you Christmassy yet? Are you jolly?
I'm always jolly.
You're kind of jolly. I'm real jolly too. It's kind of a jolly show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I feel Christmassy, you know what I do? I look into his I look in the pouch. He's got a pouch. Okay.
My marsupial pouch.
Yeah. I go to the pouch because JJ's got a pouch. It's funny the way he walks around with that pouch. It's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Is it awkward for you? It's awkward for me. But he's got
I've
stuff
gotten
in it.
used to it over the years.
I don't like it, but he's got a bunch of stuff in the pouch.
I got fired at my old job for the pouch.
JJ, what's in the pouch today? We want to give something away. What's in there?
I got a badass gift. I love this. $50 at Metro Diner, my favorite breakfast spot in town, and a free Kuhn Flowers floral arrangement.
Together.
Yes, together. So for more great gift ideas, you can go to 1010XL's holiday gift guide at 1010XL.com or be caller number 4 right now, 641-1010.
Love it. So there you go. Caller number 4. You're headed to Metro, which has great breakfast. And, of course, you're headed to get those terrific flowers from my friend Marty and all the good folks at Kuhn Flowers. So that is terrific as well. Jeff Danzer's going to join me to talk SEC in just a couple minutes. Tomorrow night, your alma mater, I always talk about how you're from the bowl school. Your alma mater plays for a state championship. You'll hear it here on the radio station. And then later in the week, Reigns plays for a state championship. Let me say this. Those two programs, and I should include Trinity in there too, but they're not in it this year. What Bowles and Reigns have accomplished in the last, if you count Reigns, 60 years, is really amazing. It's one of the great feats together. I'm gonna lump them together. Two of the great athletic programs in Florida high school sports history, and it's pretty cool that they're still going. They're still. I mean, they're both really good.
Yeah,
I mean,
through
really,
the years,
really
they've had a great rivalry through the years.
They have.
And obviously, they're not in the
More
same
recently,
classification anymore, but they have been in years past. And no, you're absolutely right. Hopefully, it'll be 2 big wins and 2 state titles coming back to Jacksonville.
But it's just, I mean, if you look at, Jimmy Johnson and Freddie Stevens and all the coaches that have made Reigns so good over the years, and certainly. Corky most recently, other coaches, Bill Borgen knows before him, but Corky most recently, what he did, God rest his soul, what Corky did at Bowles, it's pretty amazing. I mean, once again, they're both really good. Reigns, I'm watching Reigns scores early in the year, and I don't pretend to follow high school football closely, but they're beating teams like Trinity and good teams by 30, 40 points. I don't know the personnel, and shame on me, I don't pretend to. But I'll bet there's some NFL players at those 2 schools, don't you think?
That's a high bar, but yeah. Obviously two talented, very rosters. Yeah, I think that, they certainly will be well represented on signing day now and into the future.
Yeah.
Bowles has a running back that I think Clayton Freeman reported has broken Willie McClendon's city record for touchdowns.
Yeah.
So obviously a very star-studded roster on both both sides, Bulls and Reigns. So hopefully they both get the win.
So good luck to Bulls tomorrow. Good luck to Reigns later in the week. Two outstanding programs, and they represent all that's good in Jacksonville. One's on the north side, one's on the south side, one's public, one's private, but they both have great heritage, great heritage. So congrats to Bulls and Reigns. Good luck as you both play for a state title this week. We'll take a break. Jeff Dantzler joins me after this to talk SEC football one last time this year, so stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
A great season often depends on keeping your best players on the field.
Let me know if he's ever going to play football again, or do I need to find me another wide receiver?
Listen for the personal injury attorneys Farah and Farah Injury Update.
Jacksonville.
Come on, you can't play without me.
On 1010XL.
Awaken 180 weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss. Hacker here for the best weight loss program that I've ever been on. You know, I hear some of my friends telling me about this medication they're on, or that medication they're on, or this shot they're taking. And I stop them and say, well, wait a minute. I lost over 100 pounds doing it the all-natural way with Awaken 180 weight loss. There was no medications. There was no shot once a week. There was the coaching I received from Awaken 180. There's the plan they put me on, and you see the results. Over 100 pounds of weight loss in less than a calendar year. The coaching I got was phenomenal. Not only did it help me lose the weight, it's helping me keep the weight off now that I'm in the maintenance program. Awaken 180 is the best weight loss program I've ever been on, and I tried them all. Go to awaken180weightloss.com, awaken180weightloss.com, or call 844-346-1800.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
Number 91 joins number 55. Eric Armstead brings his big resume to Helmets and Heels Fridays at 3. Tuned up by orthopedic specialists of Jacksonville. Move better, live stronger. Jacksonville's trusted orthopedic experts.
Welcome to the bundle event. Entering now our undisputed tag team champions, the mid-size SUV and the mid-century modern. Together with a State Farm agent, this auto and home duo are a powerful force of savings, service, and customizable coverage. Now, let's get ready to bundle.
Call State Farm agent Kathy Scott in Jacksonville at 904-730-3665.
Availability and amount of discounts and savings vary by state.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Rest-A-Pros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Rest-A-Pros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestaProsNEFlorida.com. That's RestaProsNEFlorida.com.
Rest-A-Pros!
Custom Home Builders. Fed up with your electrical and low voltage companies that ghost you mid-project, sparking delays? Unreliable subs and poor electrical work that derails your schedules? Denny Thompson here for Tyson Inc., experts in seamless electrical services for your custom builds. Pre-construction planning, integration, and installation. No hassle. Your homeowners will love the new Tyson showroom. Home builders team up with Tyson for your next home building project. TysonInc.com.
Did you know that for every inch of rain on a 2,000 square foot roof, 1,500 gallons come off the eaves of the roof? Call Clearwater Seamless Gutters and Drainage, and we'll design a plan using our Clearwater Seamless Gutters, and we'll connect those gutters to a Clearwater drainage system to solve your erosion and standing water issues.
Clearwater Seamless Gutters. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at gutters. And drainage, too.
SeamlessGuttersJacksonville.com.
Ready for huge holiday savings? It's the Expert Automotive Giving Garage. This Christmas, they're driven to give back. Bring in any new wrap toy donation and get $50 off any service. That's $50 off repairs, diagnostics, or maintenance just for helping a child. Plus, they're giving you 50% off your oil change, $50 off any service with a toy, and 50% off oil changes. The Giving Garage at Expert Automotive. They never sell greed, only what you need.
Introducing the Jags Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold, we had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite. It's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone fresh veggies and our new Duval drizzle. Order the new Jags Stack in the app right now. Available for limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval!
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Time now for the SEC update with Jeff Dantzler from the Bulldog Radio Network and the Superstations. Presented by Underwood Jewelers. Here's Frank and Jeff.
All right, the last time we'll do it this year. Boy, Jeff, that season went by fast. And didn't we just start this like a week ago? Didn't it feel that way?
It always does, Frank, and I know I say it every year. We say it when we're together every year. From a Georgia standpoint, on Labor Day weekend, I always say you better enjoy it. It'll be Halloween in the Florida game and Thanksgiving in the Tech game before you know it, and here we are again.
You're exactly right. So, I'm not going to bury the lead. I've said it all year long, so I'm not jumping on the bandwagon. I've said it to you. I've said it on our show here. I've said it in speaking engagements. Georgia's got the best team. I don't think anybody can play with the Bulldogs. I think they've got an NFL team on defense. It looks like they're playing with 15 guys every time you watch them. I don't think anybody can beat the Bulldogs. I get that it's harder for you to say because you're a fan and you're nervous. I'm the same way with the Gators and the Jags, so nobody gets it more than I do. But look at it objectively for a second. Have you seen another team, Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon among them, that you think can run with Georgia?
I think there's several teams that can. I think Texas A&M has the explosiveness that they could do it. Obviously, Ohio State and Indiana, I think they've got the rosters. Texas Tech looks really good. And basically anybody in the SEC, I think, has got a chance. I think the big thing with what you've seen from Georgia, though, this team has gotten better and better. I mean, obviously, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Auburn, Florida, all those games could have gone the other way. But starting with that win over Florida, Frank, the next week at Mississippi State, something just started clicking. Georgia won that game 41-21. And since then, Georgia gave up 10 points to Texas, 3 to Charlotte, 9 to Tech, and 7 to Alabama.
And that's because they're playing with 15 defensive players every play. I mean, that's really what it feels like. And listen, with all due respect to my favorite Gator teams, Jeff, the teams that felt most like that to me were those Bobby Bowden Seminole teams, late 80s, early 90s, the Hurricane teams, that same stretch, the Hurricane team in the early 2000s, maybe the Urban teams a little bit, and obviously the Alabama teams in the Saban era. Remember every time you'd watch those teams, it seemed like they just had so many, no matter what you did, there was a guy there on defense that ran faster than your guy. Didn't it feel that way with all those teams?
Well, it certainly did, and I think that was one of the things that Kirby brought over from Alabama and the defenses that Georgia had in 21 and 22, those back-to-back national title teams. I remember one of Tech's quarterbacks said the football field was 53 1/3 yards wide. He said it felt like the field was 30 yards wide.
Right.
Now, this defense at times this year just did not look that good, but it came together, and my broadcast partner, Kevin Butler, had a great analogy. He said, I think with this defense, because they're very young, and he said, I think what happened was it's kind of like you have to learn letters and words before you can start making sentences. And with Kirby, I think it was a case with these young guys. All right, we're getting our letters and our words, and then all of a sudden, when the calendar rolled into November, things started clicking, and some sophomores on the back end started playing great, like Ellis Robinson. There's a true freshman linebacker named Zayden Walker who's emerged, and Quintavious Johnson at outside linebacker. You've just got a lot of young guys that it's all clicked for them. And, Frank, it all seems like it's clicked at the same time.
Yeah, it really does. And that is showing up on the field. Let's talk about some other SEC teams. 5 of them in the playoffs. Let's start with A&M because they've been the other power team. They draw Miami, who I think is really good. If they win that, they draw Ohio State, who's really good. What do you think about A&M's chances? They're a very good team, but boy, a tough draw it seems like to me, Jeff.
I agree. The thing with A&M, that I think they can score with anybody. That loss to Texas, maybe that has the effect for them that Ohio State losing to Michigan had. They're going to sit around. They got to hear about it for several weeks. I wanted Georgia to be the 3. I thought Bama was going to be the 10. I didn't want to be the 2 and be on oh my gosh, we're going to get the winner of A&M versus Bama.
Yeah.
That didn't make me overly comfortable there. But I like A&M against Miami, and I think they could score and give Ohio State some problems.
What are your expectations for Ole Miss? Obviously, we all know the story now. Kiffin left. It was ugly. Everybody hates everybody. The coordinator left. Then he came back. Pete Golding's been made the full-time coach. Now some of the assistants are going to come back and help. What do you make? What are your expectations? I mean, my guess is they're going to beat Tulane and lose to Georgia. But beyond that, how do you think they'll play? Will it be clunky? Will they be efficient? What are your expectations for Ole Miss?
I think they're the ultimate wild card here. I think they might pull together and say, by God, our coach left us. We're going to do this for us. We're going to go out there and win the whole thing. Or it could be a deal because it is going to be a wait. You got 2 or 3 weeks. I'm sure Lane's trying to poach some of those guys. You don't know if they're disjointed or not. I think we'll know by about halftime how Ole Miss is feeling about everything. I mean, if they're rolling, look out. They could be very, very dangerous. And they went 11-1. Their only loss was in Athens, and they were winning that game by 9 points going into the fourth quarter. So this is a team that has the ability. And again, one of the things I like about Ole Miss, like I said with A&M, Frank, in this day and age, they can score. And I just think you have to be able to do that in this era of college football.
Alabama and Oklahoma are the other 2 teams in it. They're going to play each other. They're the 8 and the 9. Who do you like in the game, and how far do you think the winner of that game can move on?
I think the winner of that game could go pretty far. And Indiana's terrific, don't get me wrong. But would you rather be in the side of the bracket with Georgia and Ohio State or Indiana and Texas Tech?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it is what it is. And for Alabama, Alabama's extremely talented. I think a big reason Georgia won, there were 3 huge plays in that game: a block punt, an interception, and then Alabama was incomplete on 4th and short on their own inside their own 20. Georgia got touchdowns on all 3 of those, and that's huge. They made Alabama pay. Alabama had -3 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Their running backs had 7 carries. So if it's all on Ty Simpson, and Frank, those wide receivers are terrific, but if anything's just a little off, and I don't know if they're going to get J.M. Miller back, that could obviously make a big difference. Oklahoma's beaten them twice, and they're probably saying, my goodness, we get these guys again. But I would probably lean Oklahoma here, and I think Mateer's really good.
I lean Oklahoma, too, and I will tell you, I appreciate, and I'm sure the Bama people appreciate the way you explained the Alabama-Georgia game turned on 3 crucial plays. I didn't see it that way. I thought Georgia gutted them. That is to my eye watching that game, that is as helpless as I've seen an Alabama team look since pre-Saban. Alabama's never that out-athleted. I mean, everybody sometimes runs into someone who's a little bit better than they are, but Alabama never looks like the outman team that badly. So, and again, I think Oklahoma's going to beat Alabama. I think Alabama's off a little bit. I really do.
And I think the Dogs played great, and everything was clicking. And Kirby just put on a master class. And Bama was getting the ball to start the second half. Georgia was up 14-0. And I know there were some fans that, we need to press it, try and get some more points here. Didn't want to do anything to get yourself in trouble, and didn't give Bama a chance to get the football. And then Georgia stops Bama to start the second half and comes down and scores. The complimentary football was absolutely incredible. I thought Kirby and the team put on a masterful performance. And I agree. I think since year 2 of Saban, when he got it rolling, that one and then, maybe the national championship game when Clemson beat them by 4 touchdowns would probably be the 2 times where they just absolutely got smoked, and there was no doubt.
All right, this is our last SEC report with Jeff this year, so let's look ahead a little bit. There's 5 teams with new coaches. LSU obviously has Kiffin. Florida obviously has Sumrall. We know by now that Golish is going to Auburn and Silverfield is going to Arkansas, and Pete Golding got that Ole Miss job. There's 5 new jobs. Will Stein's at Kentucky. I guess I should say 6 new coaches. What are your expectations? You don't have to go team by team, but what are your expectations? Who to watch as we get into the next? And you and I'll do this again in the spring when we get closer to it. But for now, what got your attention about all the coaching changes in the SEC?
Well, I think the big question mark is going to be the Kiffin effect at LSU. And I'm looking at this from a Georgia standpoint, so maybe it's a bit skewed since obviously the Gators and the Dogs play every year. I just think Kiffin was a lot scarier at Florida than he is in Baton Rouge. Oh. Would you agree with that? Does that make any sense?
It makes perfect sense. I think Kiffin and the fit had he been at Florida would have felt scary if you're one of the opponents. I think you said that exactly right.
And with Auburn, with Arkansas, you just kind of feel like, are they spinning their wheels? I mean, Gus Malzahn beat Nick Saban more than any other coach. And this is number 3 since him, not counting interims. And you just feel like, and obviously they've been in a spot, they've been in between Georgia and Alabama, who have been up at the very top. But I think a lot of schools have just kind of followed that mid-major ticket. I'm with you, though, with Florida. And they look so good against Florida State. I think if John Summerall's got the touch and you got Buster coming down there to run the offense, I think Florida's got a chance to be really good, like could make a jump to get 8 or 9 wins next season.
Yeah, I think if they keep most of their key guys, if they keep most of those defensive guys, the receivers and Jaden Ball in the backfield, yeah, I think so too. I think they might make a jump. It's clear they had some good players. I mean, they had. I think most people would agree that Florida had way more good players than a 4-win team normally would have. Is that a safe comment? Way more than a 4-team.
100%. Yeah, ask Texas.
Yeah.
And I mean, you talk about a season swinger. I mean, it's 20-17 in Jacksonville, 4th and 1, and Georgia gets the stop.
Yeah.
The Dogs go down and score and take leads in Florida, an underthrow on what would have been a wide-open go-ahead score.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a team that beat Texas and that really had the Dogs on the rope. So, I mean, that front 7 was really good. Those receivers are really good. And I think, presuming Lagway comes back, and look at the last 2 quarterbacks Buster Faulkner's been with, Stetson Bennett and Haynes King, who, by the way, was the ACC Player of the Year.
Right.
The guy's got the touch when it comes to QBs.
Yeah, boy, no question about it. All right, final thing. I've said, here's what I'll tell you. I've been saying since first week of October, Georgia would beat Ohio State for the national championship. I still think Georgia's going to win the national championship. But I think if the way the draw came, I think they're going to beat Ohio State in the semis. That's the way the draw played out. I don't know who I think they're going to play in the finals. I still think Georgia's going to win it, but they can't play Ohio State in the championship, which is what I was expecting all along. I don't know who they play. Indiana's really good. I should say Indiana. I'm just not sure yet. But I think Georgia's going to win the national championship over somebody. How do you see this thing playing out?
I hope you're right, and I'm with you. And so much of it is we're prejudiced towards the name brand.
Yeah.
I mean, we all
guilty
are.
as charged. Yeah.
Yeah, we all are. I mean, if Indiana's helmet said Michigan or LSU on them, we'd be saying, oh, this is the best team. But it's Indiana. Same thing with Texas Tech. If it said Oklahoma or Texas on those helmets, I think Texas Tech is really good. I do think that's a bracket where the winner of that Oklahoma-Alabama game could really make a push. So I think if the Dogs make it, I think it's either Georgia, Oklahoma, or Georgia, Texas Tech, if the Dogs can make it through.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap our SEC talk all year long. Jeff, I can already tell you you're hired for next year unless you get more NIL money somewhere else. Okay. I certainly know
Frank,
in this day and age we gotta just hope we have enough NIL money for you, Jeff. That's the question.
Listen, just like I'm loyal to the Georgia Bulldogs, I'm loyal to you, my friend. And I love coming on with you anytime and cheering for the Jags. My man Trayvon Walker, you guys are playing great. Keep it up. And I know, like every other contender in the AFC, you're just praying and praying the Chiefs lose just one more time and that there's no life for them to get in the playoffs.
We'd like them to be out of the picture. You're exactly right. Jeff, great work all year, brother. Good luck to the Dogs. We appreciate it, man. Take care, buddy.
All right. Love you, my friend. Thank you, Frank.
All right. Jeff Dantzler does a great job talking SEC football. We appreciate Jeff very, very much. We got an NFL Rewind coming up after this, so stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
I'm Holt Harrell. I was talking to someone the other day and they were shocked that some lawyers get more from a case than their own client. After paying bills and costs, if we are supposed to get more than a client, we won't. That's the Harrell and Harrell promise. When we say that we treat our clients like family, we mean it. If you've been in an accident, call us today. 251-1111. Harrell and Harrell. Offices, Jacksonville.
Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers, or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that can possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. We have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at bariorthopedics.com.
Advanced window tinting for your home, business, or vehicle using 3M Sun Control window film lowers cost, heat, glare, privacy, and security. 10% off if you mention this. Holiday gift cards available. Advanced window tinting, 262-9919.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
'Tis the season for savings at Green Acres Sporting Goods. Take advantage of the Second Amendment sales tax holiday, now through December 31st. Firearms, ammo, and accessories, all tax-free. Secure your holiday gifts with a Browning gun safe, and they'll deliver it right to your door. Come test shoot the newest bows by Hoyt and Matthews at Green Acres Sporting Goods at the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here for Big Chief Tire. Right now, you can get 6-month financing through the CFNA credit card and $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. It's a smart way to handle big vehicle needs like new tires, brakes, or repairs without the upfront cost. With no interest for 6 months, there's never been a better time to schedule. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers to find out more.
This classic Army-Navy game moment is brought to you by Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
A buildup that was inside that was just waiting to explode. So once you were in that stadium, it was electric. Both teams were really good football teams, and we played our guts out.
Starbuck led Navy to a 21-7 lead. Army then launched an assault, but this time, the clock ran out on the cadets.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, we talked a great deal about Jags and Jets. Whoa, it's a big one. It's another big one. Don't think just because the Jets are struggling, it's not another big one. The Jags have big hopes at the end of the year, but you got to keep winning. We talked about that. Phillip Rivers, the 44-year-old grandfather, heads to the Colts. That's been the story all over the NFL. Everyone's talked about that. We've talked a little bit about college football. I told you how I thought we can fix the college football playoff once and for all. We talked about Major League Baseball, which players are signing with whom. Jeff Dantzler stopped by to talk about the SEC one last time this year. And Reagan Slavesky is our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. She's from Fletcher High. It was good having her around, and that is where we were today on the program. Now, Where have we been in the league? Where have we been? Let's do the National Football League.
What a weekend in the NFL, and it concluded last night with a thriller. We will get to that. But first, we will start in Baltimore.
4th and 5. He's already scored once by running. Looking, dancing, looking, throws, incomplete at the goal line. He tried to get it to Andrews, and the Steelers defense makes the play.
The Ravens outrushed the Steelers 217-34 and lose the game 27-22 in a crucial AFC North contest. Steelers receiver DK Metcalf caught 7 passes for 148 yards. Pittsburgh reclaims the division lead at 7-6, while the Ravens drop to 6-7.
What an ugly game! I thought the Ravens aren't nearly as good as I thought they'd be. I still don't think the Steelers are particularly good. I thought the Isaiah Likely catch should have been a touchdown, so I think they got a little bit of a bad flag there, a bad whistle, as it were. But neither one of them are a factor down the stretch. I'd be very surprised if it wouldn't you.
I will definitely be picking the 5 seed to go in and beat the 4 seed AFC North champion, regardless of who it is.
Same. You said it better than I did. Exactly right.
JJ, take us to Orchard Park, please.
From the 33. Oh, my goodness! Look out here! Christian Benford! Gift wrapped the other way! Touchdown! What just happened? 67 yards.
Buffalo superstar quarterback Josh Allen accounts for 4 touchdowns as the Bills survive Joe Burrow in Cincinnati's upset bid 39-34. Burrow threw 4 touchdowns but was intercepted twice in the fourth quarter, including that 63-yard pick 6 that you just heard. The Bills are 9-4, the 6th seed currently in the AFC playoffs. The Bengals are 4-9.
Yeah, I'd keep an eye on the Bills. Obviously, nobody thought the Patriots were going to run and hide the way they did, but the Bills.
I do not want to see the Bills coming in here wild card weekend.
The Bills
are the 6th seed and the Jaguars the 3 seed.
Correct.
I do not want to see Josh Allen to start the tournament.
The Bills are scary stuff. They really are. Well said.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We are off to Tampa Bay.
Chuck. Oh, here they come up the middle. He got away from one. He got away from there. Here he goes. No way. Touchdown! His second touchdown run today. Shot from 13.
Huge upset as New Orleans, led by rookie quarterback Tyler Shuck's 2 rushing scores, takes down the Bucs 24-20. Tampa Bay quarterback Baker Mayfield completed just 14 of 30 passes, and the Bucs were 3 of 13 on third down. The Saints got their 3rd win of the season. Tampa Bay dropped to 7-6, tied with Carolina for first in the NFC South.
We made this comment a couple weeks ago, and here's the numbers we used. We said, how many times in the NFL do you see the 7-win team play the 2-win team, and the 2-win team wins? Because that's just the way the league's built. Well, in this game, a 7-win team played a 2-win team. The exact numbers we used.
Yeah, at home.
And lost the game. That's the NFL, man. That's the NFL. Here's what else is in the NFL. Tampa Bay and Carolina. Carolina's tied for first place. We're sitting on December 9th, and the Carolina Panthers, who have been miserable of late, are tied for first place in their division.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great race down the stretch with those 2 clubs. Let's head to Lambeau Field.
On the fake. Williams looking, throwing, it is intercepted! Keyshawn Nixon and the Packers will win it!
Green Bay quarterback Jordan Love throws 3 touchdowns, including 2 to Christian Watson, as the Packers hold off Chicago 28-21 in a pivotal NFC North game. The Packers improved to 9-3-1 and are the current 2 seed in the NFC race. The Bears dropped from the 1 seed to the 7, now at 9-4.
That's 2 pretty good teams now. The problem is those teams in the West are really good too. The West is loaded, the top 3 teams, particularly the top 2. But that's 2 pretty good teams. Boy, the NFC's got some good teams now. If you look at all 3 West teams and the 2 North teams, without even going to the East and the South, boy, that's 5 pretty good football teams.
And you're not even including the Lions. Most people before the season would probably say they're like the best.
And I didn't even count the Lions. You're right. So without even going to the South or the East, that's pretty good football team.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the Seahawks and 49ers traveling on Wild Card Weekend, and I'd pick them both. So we'll see. It could be a very topsy-turvy tournament. There could be a lot of carnage in that wild card round. We will see. 4 more weeks to play out of the regular season. Let's get it to Arrowhead.
Texans tripping their way onto the field as they make the late subs. 4th and 1, and they're going to go to 10-10 game. Anderson almost got there. Pass is incomplete. Broken up by Stingley.
Houston continues to prove it has the best defense in the NFL, harassing Chiefs superstar quarterback Patrick Mahomes into the worst game of his career in a 20-10 win. Mahomes completed 14 of 33 passes for 160 yards with no touchdowns and 3 interceptions for a passer rating of 19.8.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes wasn't very good, but they got to help him more. Rice drops the ball at the end of the game. Kelsey drops the ball that becomes the interception near the end of the game. Listen.
And don't go for it in a 10-10 game from your own 31 yards.
Which even Andy Reid admitted.
Afterwards he said he shouldn't have done it.
That just shows they're really feeling the pressure.
But that's right. But they've got to help him more. Yeah, I said this, I told you this before. Even though they kept winning, when they lost Tyreek Hill, their team changed. Now they won titles afterwards. I know that. But the team changed.
They don't have that deep ball. He can't throw the deep ball.
And they have no running game.
And what happened was, and for a while, Tyreek was gone, but Isaiah Pacheco as a running back looked explosive. So at least there's no explosion. And Kareem Hunt's their best back now. There's no explosion in that team at all.
That is absolutely true. The Texans are now 8-5, and
they're
the
very good
AFC's current 7 seed. So the Texans have climbed out of the hole. They are now officially in the tournament. If the season ended today, the Chiefs' season is in dire straits. It's 6-7, and their 9-year reign over the AFC West is officially snapped. Incredible that the Chiefs won 9 straight division titles, but they cannot catch the Broncos now.
By the way, tip of the cap to the Texans. When the Texans were 3-5. Everybody left them for dead. I mean, they were 2-4, then 3-5. They have run off 6 in a row now, 5 in a row, and they have been 5 in a row. I guess it is. They're the teams nobody wants to play either. I can tell you that
without a doubt
because of that defense.
Yep.
And they've beaten the Jags, the Chiefs, and the Bills.
Yep.
Yeah, right. In that stretch.
And now the schedule lightens up for them, so they should stay hot. We close things out in LA.
Hurts keeps, throws, batted up and picked off. Intercepted, and the Chargers win the ball game.
Justin Herbert and the Chargers survive one of the ugliest games played this season in a 22-19 overtime win over Philadelphia Monday night. The teams combined for 8 turnovers, with the Eagles committing 5. The Chargers improved to 9-4 and are the current 5 seed in the AFC. The Eagles dropped to 8-5 and are now the 3 seed in the NFC.
How about that? So there you go. Well done as always. Let me know what I'm going to do. You know what? I don't know what you're doing. You do whatever you want. Let me know what I'm going to do. I'm giving away some tickets to the Jags Jets right now. If you can tell JJ who the Jags leading receiver is right now, first got to call 641.
Catches or yards?
Catches.
Catches. Okay.
But I'll give you a hint. It's the same for both. Okay. Okay. You tell me.
But I like that you specify.
You tell me who the Jags' leading receiver is when you call JJ. The first one that gets it right, you're going to the ball game. I'm sending you to the ball game. That's what we're going to do around here, Carline.
Awesome.
Back to wrap the program after this.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The 12-team college football playoff is set, and the 4 teams getting first-round byes, Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, and Texas Tech. The Buckeyes are coming off a loss to Indiana in the Big Ten title game, but they are the betting favorite to repeat as national champions. Ohio State at plus 220. Indiana, unbeaten at 13-0, are plus 290. Georgia, coming off an SEC championship win over Alabama, plus 550. Oregon, plus 800. Texas Tech, who won the Big 12 title over BYU, they are plus 900, while Texas A&M plus 1,700 to win the national championship.
Progressive helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keysofprogress.com.
I'm Tony Desiri with your Visa in Action update on 1010XL.
The holidays are coming, and so is your family. Is your septic system ready?
Honey, why is the yard bubbling?
Dad, the dog's swimming
swimming in the septic tank.
That's one way to greet the in-laws.
Don't let a septic disaster be the highlight of your holiday dinner. Call Duck Duck Rooter today and get it fixed before Uncle Bob finds out the hard way. Duck Duck Rooter, your local septic experts. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Hi, it's Frangie. You hear my buddies Dan and Jeff talk about that great food at Daly's Dash all the time. Jeff loves that Duval, and Dan loves the Boss. And they're right, both are terrific. But I can tell you they have so many excellent options at Daly's Dash. Salads and flatbreads and tacos and quesadillas, you name it. And of course, those fantastic subs and sandwiches. I just had the Italian sub. It is so good. The thing is, Daly's Dash is really committed to their food and committed to making it perfect for you. Everything is fresh, made to order every time. And there's so many Daly's locations in town, no matter where you are, there's one near you. I love to pop in and grab a sub at lunch, or maybe after a round of golf, or maybe even after calling one of those Jags games. There's never a bad time to stop into Daly's Dash and grab that great food. So head there today. Take it from Dan and Jeff, or take it from me. They say it's nicer here. It really is. And the food is delicious. Head to Daly's Dash today.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass, and he told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better. At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being a peacemaker. Friends, so often we can only want to help people who are in our inner circle. But God never had inner circles. The world was his inner circle, and he's depending on us to make a difference and to leave our mark in this life. So go out today receiving his peace and then sharing it with the world.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
I'm Frank Frangie for Ricketts Electric. Any good lineup needs power. When we needed power at the Bragan Baseball Complex and all the fields we have at Fort Family Park, we trusted Ricketts Electric. You're going to love these guys. The Ricketts family has been providing commercial and residential electric service for years. Call my friend Zach today at 904-320-5960. You can also find them on Facebook and at rickettselectric.com. Ricketts Electric, the city's best power connection. Call them today at 904-320-5960.
There are three certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Look around and we know you've got options for gasoline, but those other places, they're not in the business of more. At Shell, that's what you get every day. Members get more rewards, more savings, more special offers. You'll even get 10 cents per gallon off of your first fill when you sign up, and save on every fill after that. Choose to get more and more with every drive. Join the Shell Fuel Rewards program today at fuelrewards.com. Offer valid at participating Shell locations. Offer must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions apply. Visit fuelrewards.com for more information.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Nimnik Tuesday on The Frangie Show. Nimnik, your friends in the car business since 1941.
My buddy Millie Nimnik's up the garden tonight. He's up there watching with some buddies, yeah. I might have had an invite to go to that trip. I didn't kick it. There's too much going on here. But Billy's up there, and Billy and a bunch of his buddies are going up there watching Florida-UConn tonight. What's your expectations?
I think Florida wins. I think low-scoring game because UConn doesn't play with tempo at all. So I'll say kind of similar maybe to the tournament game last year where I think UConn will certainly have moments where they're in control. But I like Florida tonight by 4.
Well, you liked Florida over Duke. And you were, I mean,
eventually I'll be right if I keep picking Florida.
No, but I mean, you liked Florida. I thought Duke would win somewhat handily, 7 or 8 points. You liked Florida over Duke. The point that Florida was going to hang right with them, you were right about that. So, and I didn't think I thought that game was going to be 78-64, and so Florida almost won the game. So maybe you're right this time. I think UConn's going to beat them.
I just will be surprised if Florida goes winless in all these huge games.
Yeah,
I mean, I know the guards are struggling and they've got to play better. But I just will be surprised with that coach and that front court if they go 0 on Arizona, Duke, TCU, who's not really even that good, and then UConn. Well, I just feel like Florida's due for kind of a statement game that sort of recaptures the attention of the nation.
I'll tell you what's interesting about the game. UConn's got Karaben back, the 6'8" guy who's a good player, played well against them last year. The guard, do you remember Demery, the guard from Georgia? Who was really good. I mean, he's the guy that held his own with the Florida guards. Right. He's now at UConn.
Yeah.
So he transferred to UConn.
I mean, UConn's a great team.
They have a good. So
they're favored to win the game. Yeah. I just would be surprised if Florida didn't get any of these games.
I'm not in a panic if they lose. Again, I think they're going to lose. And then they're 5-4. Then I think they'll win the 4 easy games. I don't even know who they all are.
Yeah, and it's like Colgate.
Yeah, and they'll get to 9-4. They'll get into the league. But I think the league is way off this year. I think.
Well, last year it was historically great.
Well, and that's right. And I'm comparing it to last year. That's a very good point. So we'll see. But I'll tell you what. I'm not saying I'm old. I might catch a little nap. I might catch a little 30, 40-minute nap.
But we don't need BYU Clemson going into double overtime. That's what we don't need.
9:00. I mean, Blue stays up till 3 in the morning still.
Yeah,
he's a man.
Fine.
He's a man's man. I can't do that. Say a little Rick Ballou.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Rick, I'm so old. I'm going to need a nap before a 9 o'clock tip, bro.
Man. I used to like your partner over there, Hayes Carlin, but he makes me get up at 8:45.
I know he does. I know he does.
Okay.
I know he does.
I do my 25-minute hit, go back to bed for 2 hours.
Next season, 5:45 a.m. start. We're going even earlier.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You know what? This is a true story. I actually took like 8 a.m. classes at Florida State.
No, you didn't.
For that, I swear to.
I'm going to need a picture.
My whole life, I got up early.
Really?
Well, you had school, and I worked construction in the off season. I had a good conversation with someone. Said, if you really want to be disciplined, take an early morning class in college. And I did. I would come back and take a great nap.
Rick you and I did afternoons for 7.5 years. Show started at 3. You were up for about an hour, weren't you? That show started. So there you go. No fear of a Jaguar letdown, right? I mean, they're not wired that way.
Anything can happen in this league, as we know, but I just think they're so well coached. And I'm not talking about, the whole issue of a clean game. They do get a lot of penalties, and there have been some mistakes, but I think everything leading up to it, as far as preparation and, the mentality, it's so easy to overlook. A ton of money's been poured in already on them early in the week. It's gone up to 12.5 points. So this is the largest that I can ever remember them being favored. As a matter of fact, it may be the most of all time. I was asked that, and I'm trying to figure out how to maybe just ask Alexa or something.
Alexa
maybe she's
will know.
got the answer.
She's smart
Alexa knows. Alexa's on the
really
ground.
Smart.
But no, I think that they will be totally ready for this game. I don't know if it will be an outstanding performance, but I think it'll be, good enough. And with the home crowd again, 2 weeks in a row before they go out to Denver. It's too bad that game didn't get flexed with Denver.
I thought it would. We talked about it earlier. I thought it would. But it turns out it didn't. So there you go.
So we got all that coming up tonight. A little bit of college football tonight. Got a couple of things I want to dive into that I had no time to do yesterday. So that's coming up tonight.
All right, Rick Ballou, he goes into the night, and that comes up right now. Tomorrow we'll be back, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll talk about Florida, UConn. I'm going to try and stay awake and watch. Hopefully the Gators can get that win, get on a little bit of a roll. We'll see if that winds up happening. You'll hear it, by the way, tonight on the radio station. We play all the Gator games, as you know. We're out of here. For Hayes and JJ, I'm Frank Frangie. So long.
Ride Home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold